Hello everyone, welcome to the first video of this tutorial. In this video, we're going to set up our system, and this setup is what we're going to use for the entire tutorial series. So make sure you're able to set up all of these. We're going to start with first the most important software, which is Node.js. So I already have Node.js installed on my system. We are going to use Node.js version 12.18.3. So you can install Node.js by directly going to nodejs.org and then installing the latest version from there. The latest version right now is 12.18.3. So make sure you download it from here. Or if you're using Chocolatey, you can also install using Choco, install Node.js and version passing as 12.18.3, right? I'm not going to do this because I already have it installed on my system, right? So what is Node.js? Node.js is an open source cross-platform JavaScript runtime. It runs JavaScript outside of the browser, right? And this is what we're going to use to run, compile, and build all of our React, which is essentially a JavaScript framework, right? So that's why we need Node.js. So once you have Node.js installed, the second thing that we're going to do is create a React application, right? A simple React project. And to do that, we're going to use create React app. Well, create React app, you can think of it as a script that kind of generates all the boilerplate that is required to create a single page React application. And that is what we're going to do in this tutorial. We're going to create a simple note-taking application. And to do that, we're going to use create React app to create our first basic project, right? So let's look at the create React app script. You can directly go to the react.js.org and then go to this React app, and this is how you use create React app script to generate your project. So let's take it and let's put it here, and then we're going to give the name of our project, which in this case I'm going to name as my notes, because it's going to be a note-taking application that we're going to build, right? Once you hit it, it'll do its thing and install and set up all the things that is required for React. So basically, there are two things that is important that this React app sets up for us. The one is Babel. So Babel is more of a transpiler, right? Right now in React we use JavaScript X and we use ES6 syntax, and most of the browsers, although most of the browsers do understand a good amount of ES6, not all the ES6 features are still understood by all the browsers. So what Babel does, it takes the ES6 and transpiles into ES5, which all the modern browsers and most of the browsers understand. So it's a transpiler that takes our React code and converts it into pure JavaScript. Then it also create React app also sets up for us Webpack. Webpack is a JavaScript bundler. What bundler does, it takes all the artifacts, all the assets that we create, that we write in this application, and bundles it into a deployable. So it can create both a development ready deployable, and it also creates a production ready deployment. We're going to talk a little bit about how you can create a production ready deployment bundle later on. But right now, just know that create React app kind of setups Babel for us, setups the Webpack for us, and you really don't have to understand any detail about Babel or Webpack, right? So that's what this is going to do. So once it's installed, we'll come back. Okay, so script is complete now. That means create React app script is done. And what we're going to do now is go to the folder that is created, and the folder is same as the name that we gave to our project, which in this case was my notes. So let's go to my notes. And if you just do an ls and see what are the things that it has created, it has created a package.json, it has created a public folder, a source folder, and a readme file. What it has also done is it has also created a git repository for us. Feel free to use that git repository to put the commits. I'll also keep doing some of the commits just to make sure that we save our changes. All the code that I'm all doing is also available on the repository, so you can take a pull if you're out of the sync, so don't worry about that. Right, so let's open this project in a IDE. I am going to use WebStorm, but feel free to use any IDE that you want, that you like. I really like WebStorm, but a lot of my friends use VS Code and Sublime, so it really depends upon what is your liking. I really like WebStorm, so that's what I'm going to use. Okay, so WebStorm is loaded. We can look at the project structure here in the project explorer, and it's again the same thing. It's a simple React application with everything set up for us. What we're going to do now is we're going to trim out some of the unnecessary file that this React Create React app script has created. We're not going to use all of this. What we're going to do is we're going to use a bare minimum React application. So we're going to get rid of all of these things. So just follow my lead here. Index.js is what we want this thing to have. So we'll remove everything else. We'll remove this. And we're also going to remove all of these JavaScript files. So simply delete it. Once you've deleted it, make sure that all the reference to those files are also deleted. So just remove these. This is a service worker. Again, it's a little bit out of scope for this tutorial. We're not going to talk about service worker in this tutorial. Again, the app.js we have deleted, so let's remove that as well. It is using React strict mode. If you want, you can use it. If you don't want, please feel free to remove. I'm just going to remove it and just add a plain simple HTML tag that we all know and love. It's an h1, and let's put our old hello world text in there. Right, a few more things required. Let's go to the public folder. Here is the HTML in which the React is going to be injected, but apart from that, everything else we can just remove. So we'll go out and just remove all the other files, right? Favy icon as well. And then let's go and just trim out this reference to the other files as well. So there's an icon file. Let's get rid of it. There are other icons and manifest file that we're going to get rid of. You're going to get rid of this comment, and let's leave this no scripts. If someone, I don't know why, but if someone has JavaScript disabled, they can at least read and know that there's JavaScript. Right, so this is the bare minimum HTML that we need. This is the div where our entire JavaScript and React app will be injected. So at this point of time, we have a hello world created and we have an HTML. That is the bare minimum that is required, right? Now let's go and run the server. To do that, let's go to package.json. This is a file again created by Create React App, and if you go to the script section, we see there are 4 scripts here, and what we are interested right now is the start script. So to use it, we open up the terminal. I'm going to use the terminal in the WebStorm, but feel free to use the terminal with which we installed, so anything will work. What we're going to do is do npm run followed by whichever command you want. So we want to start, so we'll hit npm run start, and what this will do is this will run a local dev server which will kind of host this JavaScript and HTML, which we can call using browser and get our web application. So this is a neat way which React app creates all of this for us, which we can just directly jump in and use, right? So if everything is set up well, you should be able to hit localhost 3000, and if everything works, you should see hello world. Let's wait for a minute. Coming up anytime now. Okay, if you see this hello world, that means you're all set up and ready to go.